What's up, fight fans? In today's video, guys, the UFC is in a pivotal moment and Dana White is desperately hunting for its next megastar. But there are only two fighters vying for the UFC megastar spot. Let's find out who they are.
I'm looking for somebody who has that thing.
What is that thing?
Ilia Topuria was quick to prematurely leak a confidential agreement with Dana White, something Dana, as is well known, doesn't take kindly to. Meanwhile, Dricus Du Plessis clapped back hard at Shara Bullet, who had the audacity to pray for the champ's downfall. Then there's the surprising twist in the long-standing beef between Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria, and much more. So without further ado, let's get started. For years now, there's been talk about the UFC declining and not being able to maintain its former glory. The days when big-name matchups could single-handedly fill massive arenas and drive record-breaking pay-per-view numbers seem to be fading. That's why the UFC needs to do something extraordinary to reignite global interest. Just take a minute to look at the tournament revenue, and you'll see the situation is getting worse. For example, UFC 306 at the extravagant Las Vegas Sphere pulled in an impressive $22 million, yet that number already marked a decline from previous years. UFC 309, headlined by the much-hyped return of Jon Jones against Stipe Miocic, earned $17 million. Then came UFC 312, with a disappointing $7 million in revenue. A clear sign that fans are not showing up or tuning in like they used to. In general, this is not very surprising. The promotion does not have a media monster like Conor McGregor, who could effectively promote a fight and attract viewers, both to the arena and to TV screens. The promotion is now pinning its hopes on new faces, fighters who can capture the imagination of the masses. Two rising stars, Ilia Topuria and Tom Aspinall, have emerged as potential saviors of UFC's mainstream popularity. Chael Sonnen is convinced that fighters like Aspinall and Topuria are battling to become the UFC's next big star. Jones and Makhachev aren't in that race because those guys aren't interested. With Conor McGregor gone, Sean O'Malley tried taking over as the UFC's main star, just like Israel Adesanya did before him. But right now, it's a two-man race between Tom Aspinall and Ilia Topuria for that top spot. Jon Jones and Islam Makhachev, they're not even in the conversation. Those guys don't care about that kind of spotlight. Daniel Cormier is also buying into Ilia Topuria's star potential. In fact, he thinks Topuria could even sell out the massive Bernabeu Stadium in Spain.
Very few people can bring a fight to a country and sell it out. Ilia is one of those guys. If they were to go to Spain, they could sell out the Bernabeu, which is crazy. That's a huge stadium where Real Madrid plays. I feel confident that if he was to fight there, he could sell that out. I think he's that type of star.
Ilia Topuria recently admitted that the UFC promised him a title fight before he vacated his featherweight title.
No tengo tan claro cuál va a ser mi siguiente combate. Lo único que tengo claro y la palabra que tengo de parte de la UFC es que mi próximo combate va a ser por el título mundial. Sí, eso es lo único que sé. Después si va a ser Islam, si va a ser Charles, no tengo ni idea, pero...
¿Tú confirmas que el cinturón está en juego en esa
El cinturón está en juego. Está en juego, esa ha sido la promesa por dejar el título vacante. Siempre todo lo que me han prometido me lo han cumplido.
Si te estoy entendiendo, o Makhachev sale corriendo y sube para arriba, o Makhachev tiene que salir al octógono contra Ilia Topuria.
Estás en lo cierto.
This exposes the UFC's waiting game. They're stalled until Belal Muhammad either defends his title or loses. If he loses, Makhachev will vacate the belt and move up in weight to pursue his biggest dream, winning a second title. Then Topuria will fight for the vacant title. But if Belal wins, Makhachev will have to face Topuria, because it's a big fight the UFC can organize right now. This means Topuria will indeed fight for the title next, either against Makhachev or for the vacant belt. However, I believe Topuria rushed to leak this information prematurely. Dana White famously dislikes such disclosures. As you remember, when journalists pressed him for comment, the UFC CEO pointedly avoided addressing the question.
We should have some announcements about him. Give us just a couple more weeks, and we'll have some concrete plans for him.
Ilia Topuria is laser-focused on challenging Islam Makhachev. However, whether he can dethrone the dominant Dagestani remains a hot topic of debate. Featherweight contender David Onama recently weighed in on this potential super fight during an interview with James Lynch for Home of the Night. When pressed about Topuria's chances against the lightweight kingpin, Onama didn't hold back.
Man, I mean, Islam been at 155 for a long time. He's been showing everybody that he belongs there. Like, he's beating a lot of people. And then Ilia going up a weight class. I don't know, man. I think that's a tough one. I think Ilia can pull it off if he plays the game right.
Right now in the UFC, all eyes are on the lightweight division. The current roster might just be the greatest lightweight lineup in history. Michael Chandler, among others, also believes this is the most stacked lightweight division ever.
It's just so fun to be a part of even just this roster of lightweights. I am very fortunate and blessed to be a part of probably the greatest lightweight roster that we have had in the history of the UFC. And my name's been in it, and I've been in some big wars and some big fights, fight of the year, fight of the night, and it's a lot of fun. So on April 12th, we come out guns a-blazing, and we beat the Brit from Liverpool, Paddy Pimblett.
Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria have had a tumultuous relationship marked by public disputes and confrontations. However, during the UFC London ceremonial weigh-ins on March 21st, the two fighters shared a surprising fist bump, signaling a momentary truce. Pimblett later addressed this interaction on his YouTube channel.
So, and he let on go. I was staring at him over there, and he looked at me and went, I saw that. Quite funny, as Ilia walked across here, he looked at me, I was looking at him, and he done that. And then obviously on stage, as I walked past him, we both just like laughed and looked at each other. I thought it'd be quite funny to just go, and he went like that on me hand, and like high-fived it. We mightn't like each other, but had a little laugh then. Despite this recent amicable exchange, both fighters continue to compete in the UFC's lightweight division, and the potential for future clashes remains. Pimblett has expressed interest in facing Topuria inside the octagon, suggesting that a fight between them could headline a pay-per-view event without the need for a title on the line. Yes, all these fights are interesting, but many are sure that at the moment Conor McGregor's press conferences are more interesting than the fights themselves.
Uncle Conor McGregor.
And now entering the octagon, the notorious President of Ireland, Conor McGregor. Wolf. You know the song, I've been going up on a Thursday. I got your girl in, even though it's Tuesday, but we'll do Thursday. We'll for sure play that at the after party. We have our superstars here. Congrats. Congrats to our heavyweight superstar. The fucking future is bright for us all. What a beacon of hope for us all. This is as real as it gets. Bare knuckle, bare knuckle, bare knuckle. Bravo. I salute.
Undefeated American UFC middleweight Bo Nickal also believes a fight with Khamzat Chimaev would be one of the biggest matchups in the UFC. In a recent interview with Home of Fight, he stated,
100%. That's the most exciting fight there is in the division, in my opinion. You know, I think, you know, as far as the fights in the UFC, you know, you got at the top Jones and Aspinall. You got Ilia, potentially with Islam or another 55er. And I think right after that, the most exciting fight next is me and Khamzat. So, you know, that's something that the fans need to see, that I want to see. I'm sure he wants it as well. So I just got to keep winning fights, and we'll make it happen.
Khamzat Chimaev will probably fight Du Plessis for the middleweight title later this year, and fans can't wait for this one. The MMA fan page Red Corner MMA posted Magomedov's recent interview clip with Makhachev, where Bullet took shots at Du Plessis' title reign, saying,
Все бои в UFC Ду Плессиса, он дерется последние 5 боев. Я всегда ставлю на его соперника, но он как-то побеждает. Я вот этого удивляюсь постоянно. И как бы уже, я не знаю, как-то у него получается сделать. То там в борьбе как-то он там что-то найдет, как-то предыдущий получится. То в стойке как-то зацепит, там какой-нибудь такой скачок сделает, там взрыв. Не знаю, вот такой соперник, как бы, на самом деле, вот так взять, конечно, Чимаев, кажется, что должен его выиграть. Да, еще, ну, должен он его и по всем статьям, как бы, да, ну, такой Ду Плесsis, на самом деле, уже, как бы...
Короче, Khamzat фаворит, согласишься?
Да.
Но все может быть.
Да, ну, Ду Плессис, он что есть, у него такой Картала, здоровье такое, хайван, да, и прет. И вот что он делает, он прет, и свое все время идти хочет найти, и что-то находит, в итоге, да.
Du Plessis fired back after Shara Magomedov talked trash about his title reign, writing, "Someone get my guy some eye drops." Between Khamzat and Shara, there are only 3 senses: touch, smell, and sound. Du Plessis also wrote, "If we lived in a world where it's an eye for an eye, Shara would be king."
What is he hitting there? Underhook? Wow, this basic simple. Are you riding him on top? He didn't ride you. He's tired. He's tired. He wants to ride you on top. He's tired. Oh, snap. Dump, dump, dump. Head outside. Dump him. Dump. 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 There you go. Tired already? You got sand in your eye.
That's all for today. If you enjoy our videos, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it.